Toby was a happy boy. He had a bright smile that could light up any room, and his laughter was infectious. Everyone in the village knew Toby for his cheerful demeanor and kind heart. He was always willing to lend a helping hand and had a knack for making friends wherever he went. He lived in a small village. The village was quaint and picturesque, with cobblestone streets and charming cottages. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, and the sense of community was strong. The villagers often gathered in the town square for festivals and celebrations, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Toby had a dog named Buster. Buster was more than just a pet. He was Toby's loyal companion and confidant. They shared a bond that was unbreakable, forged through countless adventures and shared moments of joy. Buster had a way of understanding Toby's feelings, always there to offer comfort and companionship. Buster was big and brown. His fur was soft and fluffy, and his floppy ears gave him an endearing appearance. Despite his size, Buster was gentle and affectionate, always ready to play or cuddle. He had a playful spirit and a heart full of love for Toby. He was Toby's best friend. They shared a connection that went beyond words, a silent understanding that only true friends could have. Whether they were exploring the woods or simply sitting together in the garden, their bond was evident to anyone who saw them. Toby and Buster did everything together. From the moment they woke up to the time they went to bed, they were inseparable. They played games, went on long walks, and even shared their meals. Their days were filled with laughter and joy, each moment a new adventure. They played in the fields. They chased butterflies. The fields were their playground, a vast expanse of green where they could run freely and let their imaginations soar. They would spend hours chasing butterflies, their laughter echoing through the air as they enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. They swam in the river. The river was their favorite spot, a place where they could cool off on hot summer days. Toby loved to splash around in the water, and Buster would join him, paddling alongside with his strong legs. They would race each other, creating waves and having the time of their lives. Toby and Buster were inseparable. Their bond was a testament to the power of friendship, a reminder that true companionship knows no bounds. They faced every challenge together, supporting each other through thick and thin. Their loyalty to one another was unwavering, a beacon of hope and love. Every day was an adventure with Buster. They explored the woods, discovering hidden paths and secret spots. They climbed trees, built forts, and imagined themselves as brave explorers on a quest. Each day brought new discoveries and experiences, making their bond even stronger. Toby loved his dog very much. Buster loved Toby too. Their love for each other was evident in every interaction, from the way Toby would gently stroke Buster's fur to the way Buster would nuzzle Toby's hand. They were each other's confidants, always there to offer comfort and support. They were the best of friends. Their friendship was a beautiful example of the bond that can exist between a boy and his dog. It was a relationship built on trust, love, and mutual respect. Toby and Buster were more than just friends. They were family, and their story was one of true companionship and unwavering loyalty. Toby's village was called Sunnyville. It was a happy place. Everyone knew each other in Sunnyville. The villagers were kind and friendly. They helped each other. They shared their food. They laughed together. Sunnyville was a place where everyone felt loved. Toby loved his village. It was his home. One morning, the sky looked different. The sun was gone. Dark clouds filled the sky. The air felt heavy and still. The birds stopped singing. Even the cows and sheep seemed uneasy. Something wasn't right. Toby felt a shiver down his spine. He hoped everything would be okay. Suddenly, the wind picked up. It howled through the trees. Rain began to fall. At first, it was just a drizzle. Then it came down in sheets. The storm had arrived. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder roared. The villagers ran for cover. Fear gripped Sunnyville. Toby held tight to Buster. He felt scared. Section 5. Buster's heroism, a bark in the wind. The storm raged on. The wind howled. The rain poured. Buster became restless. He barked and barked. The night was dark, and the storm seemed unending. The trees outside swayed violently, and the sound of thunder echoed through the house. Buster, a loyal and brave dog, felt the tension in the air. His instincts told him something was wrong. He couldn't sit still. He had to act. He ran to the window. His eyes scanned the chaotic scene outside. The rain lashed against the glass, and the wind howled like a wild beast. Buster's heart raced. He could sense that someone or something needed help. His ears perked up, and he listened intently, trying to pick up any sound that could guide him. He whined and pawed at the door. Buster sensed danger. He knew he had to get outside, but the door was closed. He scratched and barked, trying to get the attention of his family. His determination was unwavering. He had a mission, and he wouldn't stop until he accomplished it. The storm outside was fierce, but Buster's resolve was fiercer. He had to do something. Buster's mind raced with possibilities. He thought about the family he loved and the home he protected. He couldn't let anything happen to them. He took a deep breath, gathering his courage. The storm was a formidable opponent, but Buster was ready to face it head-on. He was more than just a pet, he was a guardian. Toby watched his brave dog. He trusted Buster. Toby, a young boy with a heart full of love for his furry friend, knew that Buster was special. He had seen Buster's bravery before, and he had no doubt that Buster would rise to the occasion once again. The bond between them was unbreakable. Toby's eyes were filled with admiration as he watched Buster prepare to face the storm. He knew his dog wouldn't let him down. Toby's faith in Buster was absolute. He believed in Buster's strength and courage. As the storm raged on, the two shared a moment of understanding. Buster looked back at Toby, his eyes filled with determination. He was ready to protect his family, no matter the cost. The storm outside was powerful, but the bond between Toby and Buster was even more powerful. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Section 6. Toby in danger, trapped by the storm's fury. The river. It was overflowing. The water rushed down the village streets. It was rising fast. Toby was playing near the riverbank. Now he was trapped. The water swirled around him. Toby cried out for help, but the storm was too loud. No one could hear him. Section 7. A daring rescue. Buster to the rescue. Buster barked and jumped. He ran out of the house. He raced through the storm. He heard Toby's cries. Buster followed the sound. He leaped into the raging river. Buster was a strong swimmer. He fought against the current. He reached Toby just in time. Section 8. After the storm. Gratitude and relief. Buster grabbed Toby's shirt. He pulled him to safety. The villagers cheered. They had seen Buster's heroic act. The storm finally calmed. The sun peeked through the clouds. The villagers came out of their homes. They were grateful to Buster. He had saved Toby's life. They showered him with love and treats. Section 9. A bond unbreakable. Toby and Buster forever friends. Toby hugged Buster tight. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the countryside. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the distant sound of birds chirping. Toby felt a sense of peace wash over him as he held Buster close. It had been a long and challenging day, but now, in this moment, everything felt right. Buster's fur was warm and soft against Toby's cheek, and he could feel the steady rhythm of Buster's heartbeat. It was a reminder of the bond they shared, a bond that had been tested but had emerged stronger than ever. He was so happy and relieved. Buster licked Toby's face, his tail wagging furiously. Toby laughed, the sound echoing through the open fields. It was a laugh of pure joy, a release of all the tension and fear that had built up over the past few hours. Buster's playful licks were a reminder of the simple pleasures in life, the moments of happiness that could be found even in the midst of adversity. Toby knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he and Buster would face them together. They were a team, and together they were unstoppable. He was happy to have saved his best friend. The meadow around them was a sea of green, dotted with wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze. Toby looked at Buster, his loyal companion, and felt a surge of gratitude. Buster had been there for him through thick and thin, always by his side, always ready to lend a paw. In that moment, Toby realized just how much Buster meant to him. He wasn't just a pet, he was family, and family looked out for each other no matter what. Toby knew he could always count on Buster. Their eyes met, and in that silent exchange, 1,000 words were spoken. Buster's eyes were filled with trust and loyalty, a reflection of the unwavering bond they shared. Toby felt a lump in his throat as he realized just how much Buster had done for him. He had been a source of comfort in times of sorrow, a beacon of hope in moments of despair. And now, as they stood together in the open field, Toby knew that he would do anything to protect Buster, just as Buster had protected him. They would be best friends forever. The storm had passed, and a rainbow arched across the sky, a symbol of hope and renewal. The air was fresh and clean, washed free of the tension and fear that had gripped them earlier. Toby and Buster stood side by side, their faces turned towards the sun. They had weathered the storm together, and now they were ready to face whatever came next. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. As long as they had each other, they could overcome anything. But Toby and Buster's bond was stronger than ever. They were heroes. They had faced their fears and come out stronger on the other side. Toby felt a sense of pride as he looked at Buster, his brave and loyal friend. They had achieved something remarkable, something that would stay with them for the rest of their lives. They had proven that true friendship could overcome any obstacle, that love and loyalty were the most powerful forces in the world. And as they stood there, side by side, Toby knew that they were ready for whatever adventures lay ahead, and they had each other. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the landscape. Toby and Buster sat together on a hill, watching the world around them settle into the calm of evening. It was a moment of peace, a moment to reflect on all they had been through. They had faced challenges and overcome them. They had been tested and had emerged stronger. And through it all, they had each other. In the quiet of the evening, with the stars beginning to twinkle above, Toby knew that he and Buster were more than just friends. They were family, and their bond was unbreakable.